This is SimplyValorant, and we are going to go over the round. We're going to break it down and try to help you guys understand as much information about this video as we physically can. This video presents the devs playing a singular round. This is a full buy round. You will note that this is a economy-based game, so there are different kinds of rounds. There will be force rounds, pistol rounds, and full buy rounds. This happens to be a full buy round. At this point, we will note that Jet's ability to jump upwards does have a maximum range of about B-box. You will also note that her gun leaves her hands at this time, so you're unable to fire, and she will need to re-swap to a gun afterwards. She gets 2 charges of this per game. Do note this, as this will be an important element when using up jump as a primary ability when it comes to playing Jet. We also notice that knives do make you run faster, very similar to CSGO in that respect. Okay, so this orb here, it will give you 1 alt point for taking the orb. It takes about 3 seconds to take this orb, and when you do this, you have to stop and do an animation, and then you're going to have to retake out your gun when if you try to cancel this. So this is a really risky play because you know they can come out of there, so they can easily peek him and kill him in the scenario while he's trying to take this orb to get his ult. So do note this when you're trying to take a orb. So this right here is a Viper Smoke. This Viper Smoke does permanent damage. There are 2 kinds of damage for Viper. There is permanent and decay. So this permanent damage does HP and armor damage. And the decay does HP, does temp HP and no armor damage. So basically when you're in a decay like her ult or her smoke, you will take damage over time but never below 1. And if you die, so you can't die in her decay, but when you leave it, you'll go up. With the permanent, you can die to it, and it will do permanent damage. So if you went down to, let's say, 25, when you leave the smoke, you leave at 25. Opposed to this, if you leave at 25, and let's say you had 75 when you entered, you go back up to 75 after a period of time. This wall also costs Viper fuel. This is her primary resource for almost all of her abilities. If she has fuel, she can keep up her walls for longer periods of time. This fuel will generate eventually over periods of time. This is important when it comes to playing against Viper and playing Viper. Fuel management will be an important element of the game. So right here we'll see a Sova arrow. So Sova's arrows can bounce off of walls if you use his right click with it. And we'll see a right click bounce right now. So that right click bounce will hit that, and basically it will send a LOS based signal across this entire area, and anything that is in the arrow's line of sight will be scanned. This will show you through the wall and where you're moving, and it will resend out another scan every about a second or so. It takes a second for this Sova arrow to activate. Do note this. He also does get this arrow back every 35 seconds, which is an important element when it comes to the game. So he can have this arrow upwards of 3+ times in a game if they plant the bomb. Okay, so this right here, you'll notice that this will be a concrete wall. Concrete walls are very bangable in this game, so this will be more akin to 1.6 based like CS when it comes to firing through walls, opposed to CSGO, because CSGO has a lot lighter wall bangs than 1.6, and this will be really impactful because we have 3 operators currently, or agents, sorry, that we know that can shoot through walls, which consists of Sova, Cypher, and Viper. So all of these people can see through smokes, walls, or other entities at certain times. Viper can see through her ult. Cypher, if he kills someone and uses his ult, can see people through walls. Sova's arrow can see people through walls, and if he shoots somebody with his drone, which we will see later and we'll go over later, he can see people through walls via a box. So this will all be very important when it comes to wall bangs. This is primarily chest shots. And he does spray, so that you can tell that there isn't a huge, because he has a dynamic reticle, you can tell that the reticle doesn't get massive the more, like, with just a few bullets, because he fires full bullets here, and the reticle doesn't extend that far, so you can tell while you're standing still, there isn't a ton of recoil. Okay. So he'll go backwards here, kind of spamming that wall. So he'll die. We see another Viper smoke here. And right now, Jet will be rotating here. So we'll see Jet's curved smoke. Jet gets 3 of these smokes. She gets 3 of those smokes. They last for 4 seconds. They curve if she wants them to. And they are based on impact. The impact is the most important element of this. So like, let's say you hit this wall right here, like exactly on this point, the smoke will plume on this point. If you hit the floor, it will plume on this point. So there's not going to be like the classic CS, throw the grenade, have it bounce off of multiple walls, and then land in a particular spot and then plume. In this scenario, it's impact only, which is an important element when it comes to playing Jet. So we will see Sova's shock arrow here. This shock arrow, basically what it does is it sends a pulse wave out of a specific object. In this case, this is Sage's wall. You see Sage right here. So this entire area will become shock waves on this wall, and so and she will take some damage. He gets 2 of these per round, so it's not a super common ability for him to be using, but it does happen. So Sage will die, no problem. Okay, this is Jet's ult. This is another one of her smokes here. So this is Jet's ult. So Jet's ult basically is a 1-shot headshot and basically a 2-shot body shot, and she is 100% accurate while moving backwards and forwards or in any given direction, including jumping, which is different than any other weapon in this game. She can also use her right click, which we will see later, to throw out all of them. If she does kill someone with it, she does get another knife. So she only has a limited amount of knives, but those knives you charge on kill. So we'll see the drone here. The drone only comes up once per game. This can move in any direction, up, down, left, right, Z, on the Z axis, any axis that he wants it to, he can move this drone. The firebolt, basically what it does is it does a little bit of damage, and it creates a red box that goes around them, which will let your teammates know where he is. He only gets 1 of these per game. So here, we'll see him try to opt through this smoke. As you can tell, you can't see anything through the smoke. Viper can see you though at very close ranges through her ultimate. This is what this is. So you see the decay here. So he will leave the smoke at a pretty low HP, but as he walks out, okay, this right here is her Molotov. That does permanent damage. So when he leaves the smoke, you'll notice that he will begin to regenerate that HP that he lost. Yeah, we'll see another Sova arrow, which again he gets every about 35 seconds, so he can use about, like I said, 3+ of these around, which is a pretty big deal when it comes to retaking sites, especially through Viper smoke. We'll also note that Sova's arrow, well, it specifies that it will see anything in LOS, or line of sight, that smoke does not block that element. Okay. So this right here is Brimstone's stim pack. So Brimstone's stim pack basically works like this. So it is a small box that he can throw, and that throw basically creates a large ring of stim. So that stim gives you a 25% bonus fire rate. Now, this is a permanent duration until this disappears. We don't currently know how long this lasts, or until you leave the ring. If you leave the ring, it will last for approximately 4 seconds. So you throw it, you get shot in the face by Viper here. So again, watch this. So we see Jet use her 3. We'll also see the Judge punch right through through full armor at 100 HP, no problem. So that's a note when it comes to shotguns in this game. They do a lot of damage, at least the Judgment does. So be aware of that before you try to take on a shotgun at close range in this game. So we'll see the combat stim right here, and we'll also see the decay. So he will drop down. If you look down there, we'll see him drop down to 1 HP, but he won't die even though he's still in there because it is decay, and he'll begin to, again, regenerate HP as he leaves the smoke. He'll headshot them. So we'll see here that it takes 7 seconds to defuse the bomb. 7 seconds is an important timer. Now this line right here is 3.5 seconds. So if you were to hit this, if you were to hold on to the bomb defusing it for 3.5 seconds, then let off, you would only need 3.5 more seconds instead of the full 7 seconds to defuse the bomb. The entire duration of the bomb is about 45 seconds long. So this is in a note when it comes to retaking site. He'll defuse the bomb. We'll see a round win here, and he will trade guns here, very similar to what you would do in CSGO for the more valuable gun. And that is SimplyValorant, and this is the breakdown on the round.